Hi, my friends. I'm so glad that you are joining me here today on my channel, and I'm going to tell you about my new favorite study Bible. As you can see, it says NLT Illustrated Study Bible, NLT New Living Translation, and it is illustrated and it is a study Bible. So happy to get to share this with you all. And Tyndale Publishing did send me this Bible to share my honest opinion with you all. And my honest opinion is a very good one. I love the New Living Translation. I do have the YouVersion app on my phone, and when I do plans, when I do just reading of the Bible, I do like to have that one pulled up. And I generally listen to the Bible and have it going, and then I like to follow along in my Bible. So, just so excited to share this Bible with you all today. All right, so this is a hardcover. This is considered the Pink Deluxe Linen Edition. It looks to me more coral than it actually is pink. That's just my personal opinion, but you can see, more coral. It does come in different editions. It comes in leather-like format. Comes in brown, indexed brown, tan, teal, just a couple other formats, and it does retail on Tyndale's website for $59.99. So just wanted to let you all know about that. But I do like the pink format. I do like the cover of this. I will say that for my own personal study preference, I do wish that I had a soft cover, just for being able to hold it, being able to carry it around, and easy reference for that. But I'm very satisfied with this Bible overall. But once again, it is the New Living Translation. And I have been already studying out of this Bible, and I love it so far. Love it so far. I've had it for probably about 5 or 6 days. Don't remember. And I just wanted to kind of dive into it first, and actually use it before I was able to do my review on this. So once we dive in, you just have a page here that, kind of like cardstock, has a scripture from Psalm 119, and you will see this scripture a couple times in the Bible. Open my eyes to see the wonderful truths in your instructions. Now, the pages in the Bible are very thin, obviously, because there's a lot of content in this Bible. You can see that it is a very thick Bible. There's a lot of illustrations, a lot of study content, and a lot of other added features in here. This Bible is pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy to carry around. I would just suggest using it at home as your reference Bible as you're studying scripture at home. I don't know that I would carry this one to church with me, but it's just a great study Bible. So you have your contents. You have everybody who has contributed to this piece, introduction to this actual study Bible. And then how to study the Bible using the Illustrated Study Bible. Lots of pictures here. And then a note to the readers. Introduction to the New Living Translation. And there was a lot of information that I really enjoyed reading about the translation. We won't go into all of that, but I do really enjoy reading the New Living Translation. Everybody who has contributed to the translation team. And then this was very, very interesting. This is the timeline of biblical history. And it is divided into sections. And this is a very hard word for me to say. The Pentateuch. I can't say that correctly. And then you've got poetry and wisdom, which is, this is Genesis. And then you've got poetry and wisdom, Job, Psalms, Joshua, Judges, and then Israel, I mean, you really have to sit down and follow the timeline to really understand it. Then you have the prophets of Israel. And these pictures and these illustrations are amazing. And then it goes from the Gospel of Acts, letters of Paul, and other letters. And then it starts with the Old Testament and gives you a little information about the Old Testament. Like I said, this Bible is jam-packed with information. You have a map here. Illustration. Tells you how to interpret the Old Testament. And then this is very, very interesting too. Let me zoom down just a little bit. You've got ancient Near Eastern texts and artifacts. Just so much information that you could just spend hours learning about, which is in the Old Testament. Amazing illustrations. That's why these pages of the Bible had to be so thin. So you've got Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, books of the Pentateuch. I hope I say that right. The meaning and the message of this. And then the start of the book of Genesis. And then down at the bottom too, through each page of the Bible, I mean, I can just show you this is the very beginning of the Bible, and then I can flip all the way over here. You will always have a timeline of where this fits in. So we're in the book of Esther. So down here, it's going to tell you on the timeline that I showed you from the very beginning where this is taking place. So Esther was in the timeline of Israel's history. So just to give you an example. So, and I just want to show you some of, this was one of my favorite things when I was just flipping through when I first got it. Just gives you some examples of the illustrations in here. This is an example of the creation, how it has just a little table and just a little bit of a summary here. You've got day 1, day 2, day 3, 4, 5, 6, and then day 7 was rest. Heavens, water and sky, and earth. So not only does it give you, in addition to your study information down here, it will also tell you about certain characters of the Bible and also about certain biblical guidelines as well. And just look at the illustrations. It just kind of helps brings the Bible to life. So here's one about biblical marriage. And then here you have one about clean, unclean, and holy. The servant leader. I'm just kind of flipping through to give you an idea. Here's one about Eli, because we had Adam and Eve earlier. God's covenant love. And then here's one about Absalom and 2 Samuel. Arrogant prince. Just finished reading about him, actually. So here are some of the illustrations. Here's just one featured in Job. Job. Here's one in Psalms. Another one in Psalms. So this just, not only do you get a lot of study and a lot of information to learn about the Lord, but the illustrations, I've already said it, are just so pretty. Trying to find some here in the Psalms. And here is a page about the plants in Israel. You have oak, mustard, and flax, grapevine, lilies of the field, hyssop, wormwood. It all gives you references down here of where these actual plants were mentioned in the Bible as well. Very interesting learning. So I just wanted to show you these illustrations as well. So let's go ahead and we'll flip on over to the New Testament. I've actually been reading the Gospels starting at the beginning of the summer. And I have a plan on the YouVersion app, and I have been following along with this Bible. I just started when I received it in the mail. Just been a few days ago, but it's just been very interesting to follow along with the plan being read to me. I like to hear it, and I like to follow along. But just to be able to pause the app and then read studying and the footnotes and reading anything extra that I want to. So, but the app, just a little disclaimer here, the app has nothing to do with this Bible. This is just something I've done on my own. YouVersion is an app in itself. So So here's the New Testament. These pages are stuck together. Try not to make this review long-winded, but this Bible just has so much to share. So it's hard to not talk a lot about it. I'm not a map person. My husband is, so I'm excited to show these to him and let him look into them. But they're beautiful maps, especially when we get to the back. I'll be able to show you those. But just a lot of beautiful maps. So there's a lot of information here about the setting and background of the New Testament history, interpreting the New Testament, meaning and message. And that talks about the gospel and the Acts. And then you have these little blurbs of pictures here at the top and verses to correlate with them. I'm a very visual person. You may have heard these in some of my other videos and Bible reviews, but these pictures, in the beginning of the Bible, when it talks about the picture that they have chosen, they chose the best pictures that they thought would represent the description for each one, if that makes sense. So, and that is very helpful too. So, they just help the images come to life. So, and these are really interesting just to see actual pictures, real life pictures. And this is very neat too, the let me start over. Chronology of Jesus's life. I can read, I promise. Whether I can spit it out is different. So, and then here you start with the Gospel of Matthew. And then you have a crown of thorns. So, and we won't go through all of these, but just to kind of hit on the high points. And you've got like these little excerpts about the genealogy of Jesus, eating together. And I'm going to go ahead and take you to where I've been. I'm in Luke currently right now. You can see some highlighting that I've done. That's where I've picked up in the plan that I'm reading. And I just like to highlight certain things. And what I'll go ahead and do now, let me grab my markers. Oh, let me see, wait a minute. There's one page that I wanted to show you the picture. Okay, this is some illustrations on the birth of Christ. This is pretty amazing. You've got your wise men, and you have, where's the shepherds? I do remember seeing the shepherds, right? I think, I don't know, no. Just some amazing illustrations. But I did want to show, I did do some, let's see, there's some, okay, here's Matthew 2 as well. No, this is Mark, sorry. I was in Mark before. And these are some illustrations about Jesus's final night. Just, you know, obviously they're artists' renditions, and they're not exactly what we, you know, they're not real pictures, but it's when you're reading these and you're in the process of having all these thoughts in your mind while you're reading these, and then you can have these pictures. It just kind of puts things into perspectives and gives it a whole new feel. So, and just, you know, when Judas is betraying Jesus with a kiss, you can see the look on Jesus's face. Obviously, that's an interpretation of an artist, but, you know, these things really did happen. Jesus had feelings, and just to see them in pictures, it gives you a whole new feeling. And I love this Bible. Cannot say that enough. Okay, moving on. You can see that I have done some highlighting, and I have this one handy. I used this highlighter right here. This is actually a gel highlighter. And I used this one for that. I kind of call these on the surface highlighters. And then I have some of these that I've used. But I did a test page in the back of the Bible. Find it. Here we go. So these are the gel liners that I used. No, I didn't test that one. Okay, so these are the gels, and then these are the highlighters that I prefer. They're called Java Power, and this is a midliner. This is a very popular brand by Zebra. So you can see this is the midliner, and then these are the others. Now, they didn't really bleed through. But, can y'all see that? Let me zoom in a little bit. But where you like start and then end, and where your heaviest is of laying down the highlighter, you can see that it started to. And you can see where it kind of sort of bled through. But these are the gel highlighters. They're called Bible Safe highlighters is what they are. And they did not bleed through at all. You can see shadowing, and obviously you can see the pen, but they did not bleed through. They just kind of, like I said, lay on the surface. But you can see where the page actually was wet from the ink here. More so here than the actual midliner. But for a study Bible like this, I would actually prefer these gel highlighters as opposed to an actual highlighter. And you can see, sorry, let me zoom back out. You can see the difference. That is actually, sorry, let me get my, that is actually just a gel as opposed to an actual highlighter, a normal highlighter. So I just wanted to show you, if you do a lot of highlighting, kind of like I do when I have a study Bible, how they look on the page. So that's my opinion, and that's how they look. And then, you know, you can see after I've used that, you can't see that on the page behind it. And the same with this one. With the gold, you can't really see it behind it. Now, if I was to use this, I'll just do it for video purposes. Let's see, let's use the midliner, because y'all, we'll just highlight this one. Just let it dry. You can see it a little bit. You can see it more than you can these. So for me, I like the gel in these Bibles. Now, if I'm Bible journaling, it doesn't really matter. I don't care about bleed through. So it's all about being creative in a different way. So, but moving on, I do want to show you before I wrap it up. Here's awesome group pictures of the synagogues. More amazing pictures. I do want to show you the maps back here. Hang on. Wait a minute, let's see. And you remember I was talking about all those blurbs? This gives you, okay, I guess they're calling them features. I didn't realize that. So it's giving you all these little features, these pictures, and telling you where to find them. There's a lot of them. And so the notes index, and then your dictionary and your concordance. And they did have a couple just blank pages, which I liked because it gave me an opportunity to test some highlighters to show you all. And then we've got our maps. This shows you the Exodus from Egypt, from the Israelites. And then this map is showing you the 12 tribes of Israel. Assyrian and Babylon empires, Greek Empire. So you can see lots of information. So this is what I really like here. This is my favorite. This is the ministry of Jesus. You can actually see where he was. It says it's chronologically speaking. Okay, well, you can read it, but it just tells you A, B, C, D, all where he was. It tells you where he was born, the woman at the well. So let's find that real quick. Q. You all can probably see that better than me right here. So I don't know, that just kind of gives me chills. A little bit more in detail of where his journey was on a map. So I don't know that I've ever seen this before. Maybe I have and I just didn't really pay attention, but now I can look in detail and say he was here, he was here, he was here. So then this is Paul's journey. And there you go. So this is just a very well done Bible. There's a lot to learn in this Bible. If you didn't have any other Bible and you really wanted to learn, I would recommend this one. You can find this on their website, and I've also seen it on Amazon. So, and I will kind of say too that this was the winner of the 2016 Christian Book Award for Bible of the Year. So just a little plug for that too. So it has won an award. But I will thank Tyndale Publishing for sending me this. It has been a blessing. I am looking forward to growing my walk in the Lord from learning and much more about the Lord with this Bible. So thank you very much, and thank you for watching. I will add some links about if you would like to purchase this Bible in the description box below. And if you have any questions, just reach out. So once again, thanks for watching.